No, the quiz you will be seeing is from the original user. To avoid copyright issue, I cut out the parts from the original video and added with a different effect. That way it will not cause any copyright issues. Basically, no, I just cut out from the original video, not the full part. I hope this will be helping for the YouTube community and enjoy the video. Enjoy. Demons are truly the most scariest beings besides based on a monster out there. Anyways, demons are pretty much known for their terrorizing things. Whether possessing a person or basing on killing it off, they will torture you to the never life, whether from the living world or when you eventually go to kick the bucket or doing bad things. And some of the times, these demons can actually possess a human being, whether it be an object or a spirit. The demon pretty much want to torture the human and then eventually commit their crimes and also killing them as well. But what happens when we pit two demons with demon possessions with the opposite goals to see who is claimed victory or who is superior? Well, we're gonna find out that today, folks. Ghost Rider, the Ghost of Vengeance of Marvel Comics. Ed Nightmare, the demonic demon wielding of the Soul Edge of Soul Calibur. My name is Deso24, and my job is these two good combatants to see who win in a deadly duel. When you think of demon possessions, you may thought that could be based on a bad thing to do. And based enough, no one would want to be it, because they might end up losing their will and also their soul against the demons themselves, and they could be forced to do reckless things. However, there was the opposite that does not kill, but yet basically kill, but only those who are commit the sins or even confessing their own. This was the story of the legendary Ghost Rider. But he started out as Giant Blaze. Giant Blaze had a father and mother, and eventually his father was actually a daredevil. Well, no, not like the Mac Murdock daredevil. But anyways, his father pretty much died in a motor accident, and also his mother left him as well. Leaving with no parents, the young Giant Blaze pretty much screwed at his childhood. That is, until he was adopted by Crash. You see, Crash is one of the family members who owns a carnival where he personally do a lot of motorcycle tricks. And after seeing young Giant alone, he decided to adopt him along with his other based on family. So basically now Giant's like pretty much good at the street. Well, so far. Until he almost got himself killed in the age of teenager, where he eventually almost died a similar fate as his previous father. Shocking, almost been killed, he requested that he no longer ride a motorcycle or even perform motorcycle tricks no more, so he could save his own. But however, it seemed like a bad idea, because during this time, Crash actually had a bit of cancer, so basically that happened to him. Finding his way to say Crash, his adopted father, Johnny had made a deal with Mobius. Mobius is pretty much the devil's Marvel's version of the devil. He made a deal with Mobius. If he signed a deal with him, it might save his adopted father from breaking death. And based on Mobius accepted the deal with Johnny. But that was pretty much useless when Crash performed his last trick and ended up being killed. With the deal failed, but still the Mobius will get his soul after Johnny promises. And personally, he cannot release the fact that he not really stole his soul to the Mobius himself. Luckily, he was saved by his crush and also adopted sister. What's her name? Anyways, basically now she was able to learn magic and even know that Johnny made a deal with the devil. So personally, he was like been saved and personally went back to his normal life with his adopted family and even still more about his father or adopted one. However, this didn't actually accept from Mobius. Mobius still wants the soul of Johnny, so he decided to grab another spirit that pretty much will turn Johnny into a flaming being with no skin, but had a desire to take revenge of those who are not innocent. And personally, Giant Blaze was reborn as Ghost Rider. Oh, here's a little fun fact before we get to the information. You see, Giant ain't the first Ghost Rider that Mobius transformed. Actually, there's a bunch of Ghost Riders throughout the series, and one back in the caveman era, and yes, that's actually happened. But anyways, each Ghost Rider had the same abilities. Well, unlike Johnny, which we're gonna be covering later, have increased power. Although, if I were saying anything, Johnny actually had another voice in his mind. Well, sometimes he had to use the Ghost Rider's ability to either save the day or personally just for killing. But personally, he had plenty backside around him. Despite as another host for Ghost Rider of the Bureau of Vengeance, Johnny's still in there, and personally, he could use the Ghost Rider transformation in his own will. As Ghost Rider, he possesses several abilities, such as he can able to do demon magic manipulation, where he able to analyze demonic forces and sonic spells to his own advantage. Plus, he have Hellfire manipulation, where he controls the Hellfire as it turns on a supernatural flame that burns the soul of a person and can also be used to burn their physical bodies. Plus, he has supernatural awareness, where he was aware that allow him to detect any supernatural occurrence around him. Basically, he kind of like a detector to demonic beings or magical ones as well. But he has sin manipulation, where he can pure a soul, whether it righteous or deserving from their sins as well, surprisingly. And knowing that, he also has the soul manipulation. He can remove and even feast on soul of an evil victim. And plus, he can use at his own advantage, where he can able to pursue the sins of a victim as it committed by their soul. Plus, surprisingly, he had dimensional transportation, where he able to create a vortex to escape from a fight or even a battle, of course. He also had the rare ability of regenerating healing factor, where he regrows his limbs and even his own skull in moments. Plus, he is a telepathic reader, where Ghost Rider is able to read the telepathy of an individual by looking into the heart and soul, determining that if they are innocent or evil. However, we all know about this, but the most signature Ghost Riders have is the Persona Stare, where he causes an enemy to experience all the pain and sins they have ever committed, whereas of an individual who have high tolerance for pain or capable of killing killing, or even those who are pretty much innocent. So basically, Ghost Riders are pretty much the most scariest beings around. However, like in Ghost Rider, Johnny also possesses a Hell Cycle. Well, there's different versions of it, but to be honest, we prefer the Hell Cycle. And with the Hell Cycle, it's powered by internal Hellfire, which is not resisted by any laws of physics for some reason. I mean, he can be able to run off buildings. And only that, he obeys it even when Ghost Rider isn't actually riding it at all. But this thing can able to travel anywhere and even into other dimensions and universes as well. And he also has a mystic chain where he obeys the Ghost Rider's commands and can able to grow into Link, making it the longest chain up ever. Plus, he can able to spin like a saw to cut through almost anything. Even titanium, well, not adamantium, but you pretty much know what I'm talking about. However, if you want to get tough, he has one more trick up his sleeves, which is Zoyus. When the most enraged control to Zoyus Ghost Rider, he became a boundless and godlike being that can able to cover the earth into flames. Plus, it gains the following abilities such as telekinesis and manipulation, strength increase to unknown levels, and able to create whatever the wishes, and also internal throughout space. Without doubt, Ghost Rider pretty much is the most insanely spirit of vengeance combatant that ever been featured in this series. He fought a enraging World War Hulk, and even regenerating from any made fatal wounds. He was able to take a hit from Mjolnir's Thor's weapon. Plus, his power isn't enough to make Captain America give in, and even to spare and take out the Incredible Hulk as well. Plus, he able to defeat Noi, the living darkness, and who can able to possess reality warping powers. He was able to defeat Zorian after he was free from the being bound to him. And plus, surprisingly, he almost nearly destroyed Mojo World in a single hit. Man, Ghost Rider is pretty much the most toughest being around. But do not let that fool you. While Ghost Rider is pretty much a soul of vengeance, but even does have much more power, does have some price to pay. He is extremely intense to let Zorius take over, to a point that having to be knocked out for Zorius to control him. Plus, his parents is not granted to be as a killing move, and so he must use it wisely. And while the spirit branches may be immortal, but not the user himself, Giant Man can be still killed in the same way as a normal being, without the Ghost Rider form. And plus, he and the Ghost Rider spirits have shown at some times, and even led to their failures, such as almost been defeated by World War Hulk. Despite this, Ghost Rider pretty much resemble what makes a character edgy and also make him an anti-hero. Ghost Rider will do anything to get the kill, even willing to sacrifice or even join the sense of souls of innocent people. In short, if you don't confess your sins, the Ghost Rider will come and kill you, no matter what it takes.
There is but one fate for the guilty.
A long time ago, there was a tale between two swords created by heaven and hell. These are the swords of Soul Calibur and Soul Edge, despite the fact that both either one of them can be potential to whether save humanity or the destruction of the planet itself. See, a long time ago, Soul Edge was pretty much created by Inferno, the being and creator of the Soul Edge. For those who are unknown, if you wield the sword of Soul Edge, you'll be possessed by him. And personally, Soul Edge is waiting for a wielder who can actually chance to able to wield his own power. but for those who are actually fail, you will be killed as well. However, this shows an example where a legendary pirate named Cervantes, where he discovered a sword and its secrets, he used the sword and also as will. However, for Soul Edge, is pretty much the unwieldy user of it. So he commanded Cervantes to head to a small village or door down and wait for opponents. However, this actually led to the death of him, and basically enough was killed by Tiki and Sardea, the two chosen female warriors, to take down Cervantes. And that shows the proof that Soul Edge, based on Cervantes, wasn't the proper user of the Soul Edge sword. Soul Edge desperately did need to find a user, a host that is perfectly to use his own power. And where it comes in is Siegfried, a knight that based on big sword knife. Anyways, this is the perfect host for the willing Soul Edge. And once Cervantes touched the sword, he felt strange inside. Suddenly, he became something that inside the sword transformed him into a demonic being of hatred, darkness, and burning soul of the sword wielded it. And based enough, for those who don't know, if you wield the sword, you became a demonic nightmare, known as, Nightmare, of course. Although, there's actually one question. If Siegfried managed to escape, then how are you able to do it? I have so many questions about it. Sorry, I made a mistake. Sorry, if for those who are wondering, I may have misspelled the origin and also the judgment. It's meant to be Soul Calibur. Sorry guys. Anyways, he's actually pretty much unknown, but he's a living incarnation of Soul Edge. So, with this kind of power, Soul Edge pretty much had the powers that he needed to become invisible. He had the Soul Wave, where he unleashed a burst of red energy at absorbing the souls of the victims he did. He had the Evil Sea, where it exclaims that eat this, and based on it, there's a combo moveset, of course. And also, there is another move called Dark Rosaria, where Nightmare holds his sword upwards, and then heavy strike down with a heavy brutal slash that knocks his opponents into the ground. There's also a very much strongest one, which is Grimlord. Grimlord is a concept of 4 hits. The first is very stronger middle kick attack, which it works in like a launched, and then the next attack can able to send the opponent air, where Nightmare can able to grab it, and when all done, it unleashed the most damaging blow with a bursting sound. He had the bloody evasion, where he, at the beginning, raises his hand and then hits his opponents heavily across the ground, and even creating a tumor as well. He also had the death row, where he able to. It's a part of the Brave Edge move, can able to call death get for annihilation, where it are 2 hits in the weapon arts and the Soul Calibur reboot. And based on speaking of which, Nightmare's signature weapon is Soul Edge. Soul Edge is the source of Nightmare's existence and most of his power. It killed to drain the souls of others to power up Nightmare, and even remembers in the fighting skills and style of some from past wielders, passing them on the current hosts as well. And with Soul Edge's ability, he can able influence to others to wield the sword. It shows with Siegfried and Cervantes. While Cervantes may be a villain, but he knows to grab the sword, and for Siegfried, he didn't know what's going on, so he had no choice but wield the sword. So based enough, Soul Edge can able to easily influence anyone to wield his own sword. However, if Nightmare wants to increase his power, he gets formed into Night Terror. Night Terror is a separate entity from Inferno is said to be the person of the ensured chaos itself, increases power in everything, and most importantly are able to fly and also fire massive demonic destructive beings from his horn helmet thing. And even becomes solidly bonded to the destruction of losing a sword first in its favor of wild power. However, if Nightmare be defeated and transforms the sword itself into Inferno, the creator and able to join force behind Nightmare, he'll be using a improving a fight style he likes, and plus he can inform a weapon in his desire. But in Inferno, he is even much greater controlling over fire and flight, and even transport himself or anyone else to and from the entire chaos. Plus, its strength from Soul Calibur is said to be able to cover the world in flames. Wow. Inferno is definitely a force to be reckoned with in the Soul Calibur universe. Nightmare has proven time again that he is the most fearsome knight or based on incarnation of evil for many reasons. He's slain entire armies single-handedly, destroying Emperor's castle with a single strike, has devoured thousands of souls throughout his own existence, and plus as the previous host, he thrust Europe into a continent-wide world. Sometimes he almost came too close to destroying the world at numerous of times. Plus, he able to be and nearly killed Raphael, who was believed as a vampire. Nightmare is a force to be reckoned with, even against armies itself. But don't let that fool you. Nightmare has some flaws as well. He had yet to cannonly successfully in his plans, plus had a limited range of options. Plus, swords can be destroyed or even broken by Soul Calibur or any holy weapon existence out there. But he tends to underestimate his opponents like Siegfried, that even led to his own demonic death several times. But Nightmare still determines with his plan. He will do anything to turn the whole entire world into his burning flame ball. And with the power of Soul Edge and Inferno, Nightmare is the one tough being that cannot be obscured. No one cannot outmatch the power of both Nightmare, Soul Edge, and Inferno of their own power.
My sword, do you still thirst?
Alright, combatants have been done, allies. Before I reveal who's winner, let's go to the results you guys put in. Shall we? Let's go. Over 23 votes, Ghost Rider get 91.3% of the voting, while Nightmare get 8.7% of the voting. And what you know is, many people want to see Ghost Rider to win. Anyways, let's get to the two comments, and one that is very long. So, shall we? Let's go. From Joshua James said all Nightmare is today on who will Sword Edge. Ghost Rider can simply pierce their panel stairs and win. Pain and plain simple. Okay, anyways, from Phantom Magetta, actually pretty a long one. So yeah, let's get to it. Phantom is gonna state that Ghost Rider and every single possibility, but absolutely stopped. It isn't even funny. Ghost Rider is based on the creative Medusa, and based on his straightforward way to stay with his abilities, and also reasons why how Ghost Rider gonna win the fight, including the transformation. So, very good research. Anyways, let's get to the winner. And the winner between two opponents with in possession is Ghost Rider. Yeah, maybe you'll see this coming. But anyway, I think this as a pretty cool matchup in my opinion. Anyways, let's get to the reason why how Ghost Rider won the fight. It's obviously how to go with speed, but it's just actually Ghost Rider. While Nightmare had kept us with few opponents, but in the end, Ghost Rider at best is massive faster than light, while Nightmare is massive hypersonic. Where Ghost Rider can able to keep up with Thor, where Thor can even regularly travel across the universe or in between night realms without the aid of Bifrost in a very short amount of time, so it's pretty clear Ghost Rider gets the speed advantage. And with String gets seen with Ghost Rider, and basically enough, while Nightmare at his best with Nightmare Night Tower, he pretty much at best large planet level, while Ghost Rider is based on low multiversal level, where he even had the power when he faced up with Zero, and showed that compared to Masuo and underrated Ghost Rider wants to be a Masudo, and also Masudo able to beat Thor and Darkness, and you pretty much know I'm gonna be going there. Although the advantage I am giving to is actually Nightmare. Well, one you could be comparable which one gets intelligence, but to be fair, Nightmare have with Soul Edge have decades and also learn every single ability from the previous users of Soul Edge. Well, Ghost Rider in different incarnation and different users, but the only thing I'm only gonna be covering is the giant blaze version. So intelligence I am giving to is Nightmare. Although experience, Ghost Rider gets it because while Nightmare had much more intelligence than Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider had much more experience against opponents than Nightmare. I mean, Ghost Rider had much more experience against tougher foes, including non-villains such as Mobius, where Mobius faced off with Shunin, where he claimed to be threatened to destroy the main universe as well as its realm as well. So it's pretty clear his match is gonna be good. And for durability, it had to go Ghost Rider, where Ghost Rider did battle with Moses, and where since he did fight and defeat Dweller in the darkness, like I said, he tried to destroy the main universe. And plus that in Ghost Rider in the Southern form is pretty much mandatory that even without it, can able to find blows including from Millier's door. So you pair with Nightmares, it's pretty much clear Ghost Rider get it. So in the end, well, Nightmare may have much more intelligence, but in the end, Ghost Rider defeated Nightmare in every single category. Although it did actually leave one question: can Ghost Rider destroy Soul Edge? Well, comparing from the Power Stair, the transformation, and also the ton of abilities that Ghost Rider possesses, it's pretty much clear that Ghost Rider can able to destroy Soul Edge. So in the end, Nightmare was given the Death Stare than adventure. The winner is Ghost Rider.